Hi, well this is my Honda Pan-European ST1100. It's just really the next step in what I've been doing with the bike. If you've seen some of my other videos, you'll see when I got the bike I had taken a small video to show how bad it was. This is after I've had the frame plastic coated. Quite a good job the guy's done, the company in Glasgow. Just blast away all the old rust and whatnot, and it leaves it in a lovely glossy finish. The engine itself I've painted just with a high temperature paint. It leaves an aluminium finish on it. I've still to do the cam covers, the actual covers themselves, and I'm going to do those in a gloss black because that's the only part of the engine you can actually see with the fairing on it. I've got tapered roller steering bearings, just put on a set of rental bars at the moment just to give me an idea what I'm looking at. I've still undecided as to whether I'm going to use the original bars. I've just painted the top yoke along with the bottom one. New steering bearings, as I say. Moving round to the front of the engine, it's new cam covers, cam belt covers. The original ones were just all buckled out of shape, so I got new ones, new timing belt. You can see the plastic coat there, if you can see under there. It's all looking quite good, nice and clean. I just put the head part of the fairing back on. So slowly but surely we're getting there. Just moving around the other side here. The biggest problem really has just been corrosion. You know, taking things off, cleaning them, painting them, either that or replace them if they're too far gone. One thing that I've had a problem with actually is the radiator. I took the radiator off. I'll show you this down here. I took the radiator off and tried to remove the fan, and it just crumbled. The actual fan itself is not too bad, but the little tabs on the radiator, there should be a tab right there where my finger is, and you can see the remains of the other. It's just crumbled to dust, and it's quite bad in there as well. So I'm having to try and source a radiator from somewhere. The Honda one's anywhere between £500 and £600, so quite expensive on a cheap bike. So if I can get a second hand one, I'll do that. There is a place in Glasgow that may be able to repair it, so I'm going to have a wee visit to them and see what they can do. Chances are I think they'll say no, it's too far gone, but you never know. So we'll see. As far as the rest of the bike goes, I've still got the swing arm to finish off. I've got one that I repaired, and I've got one behind it, the black one, which was a second hand one I got. I've got a whole load of new hoses. So within the engine itself, all the water pump and pipe connections, it's all renewed, all the O-rings, gaskets. Trying to think what else that I've replaced on it at the moment. Just put the exhaust back on it. I've got a set of Motad silencers to go on. Obviously they'll go on near the end. Just like you see in there, this was the worst area, the kind of swing arm pivot and the centre stand pivot. Just a real mess with rust, but they've cleaned it up quite nicely, and the plastic coat looks good. So slowly but surely it's coming together. All the engine mount bolts are all standard Honda. I've just cleaned them up and greased them. There's a very specific tightening procedure, so you just have to follow that with the manual just to get it right, but that was no problem at all really. Put the wiring back, and I've started to replace a lot of the bolts with just stainless Allen sockets. which are a lot neater, all these ones. Making sure the earth points are really good. I understand that one of the kind of failings on this bike is the earth isn't the best, and over time corrosion gets in and it just gets worse. So every electrical connector on the bike I've actually pulled apart, cleaned with electrical cleaner, and then used an electrical grease just to make sure that they're as good a contact as I can get. And hopefully that'll kind of stop any problems in the future. I am looking at getting a voltmeter. I've seen quite a few people have taken away the headlamp adjuster, and you can get a little dial that will go in there. And I might try and mount the adjuster elsewhere. I don't know that you actually need it all that much, but I would rather a voltmeter than the headlamp adjuster. So that's it. Nothing else I can really say at the moment. I've got a whole stack of parts waiting to go on the bike. In fact, if I can reach up here onto the top shelf, and I'll show you some parts that I have waiting to go. It's the stainless steel clutch line, stainless steel fairing bolts. You buy kits on eBay, brake pads and various bits and pieces. But one of the things that I got was stainless steel brake pistons and new seals. So hopefully that will stop any problems with the brakes seizing up. Quite expensive, but hopefully I'll only have to do it once. And then once the brakes are back together, I'll bleed them all out properly. And that's about it really. So let's give you one last look at the bike before I switch off. So looking good, just a pity you won't see it once the fairing's all back on.